Hello YouTube, Triston from Dysfunctional T&J, coming at you with a review slash my thoughts with regards to Far Cry Primal. So I don't know if you saw my Far Cry 4 playthrough with Jared, mostly me sucking and Jared being better than me, and you know, the normal stuff. But in that I kind of mentioned my excitement for this game as kind of the inspiration behind that gameplay, and this is, I guess, what it culminates with as far as... Good lord. Cock block. Ooh, third one missed. Let's go get him. Where's the blood leading to? Oh. Missed again. Auto aim, you let me down. He's gonna die soon. He has to. Maybe he doesn't have to. Man. He is just trucking along. There we go. Anyway, so, and I actually have been pretty pleased by this, as you saw by me completely getting distracted from the purpose behind this, which is to just kind of express my thoughts about the game. So, like I said, I was glad that I found a... redo that sentence. I am glad that this game is done by Ubisoft, and that it is a Far Cry game, because I am not disappointed in this game at all, like some people have expressed. I have literally gotten everything that I wanted from this game, and I enjoy it for that, and I appreciate it for what it is, rather than going... I wanted a completely immersive, story-driven, you know, caveman experience. I wanted a caveman RPG. I didn't want that at all. I just wanted a game where I could, you know, play Far Cry as a caveman, you know, just kind of... I think he was already dead. You know, do things like that to lesser cavemen who are cannibals. Not really cannibals, because they don't eat their own kind. They just eat, you know, us. Oh boy, cave lion. Oh. Come on. Oh, okay. Wow, bad. Bad at games. Yeah, my wolf is really going after him. I didn't expect that. Alright. So let's just take a minute and actually do what we're here to do, a review. Good. Beast kill. So, first off, I want to point out how gorgeous this game is. Alright, alright. Oh. Game's gorgeous. As somebody that played Skyrim for over 1,000 hours and has spent a lot of that time trying out different mods on the PC, this foliage just makes me infinitely happy. I grew up in, you know, the Southwest, and it's mostly plains and desert and a lot of brown, and I don't really get to see this many shades of green in real life, and maybe that's why I enjoy it so much, because it is so different from what I'm used to, and I was so shocked to see it. And it even is different from Far Cry 4, in that Far Cry 4 has, you know, a little bit cooler color palette, and obviously, I mean, you're in the mountains. My own wolf is scaring me. Let's go ahead and summon something a little bit more, you know, more caveman. Anyway, while we're waiting for that guy to get here, we'll look around a little bit. I find this game to be everything that I wanted it to be, because it's pretty, like a Far Cry game should be. The sound is really cool. If you just sit and listen to a Far Cry game, you'll hear, you know, things fighting off in the distance that you can't even see. You'll hear battles going on, and here in Far Cry Primal, things like that happen. Anyway, goats interrupt your video, and you get sidetracked again because you can't keep your thoughts straight. And like right now, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear cavemen fighting. Oh boy. Go ahead and watch him take out that last guy. There we go. So yeah. The fighting, which I knew was happening before I could even see them due to the terrain and everything, I could hear. Soundtrack in this game is cool. It's kind of I mean, if you have heard a Far Cry game's soundtrack before, then there's nothing different. Ooh, one SWAT, and one of the hardest beasts in the game is down. But yeah, the different noises that they got for different animals, you know, man, eloquent. The different, like that sound right there from that little deer is just makes it feel like, you know, an ancient wilderness that we don't get to see because it's all gone now. And I mean, just the little things like these mushrooms and the warmth, you just feel the warmth down here in the south. And then we're gonna go ahead and fast travel up here to the far north, and the change in the color alone immediately makes it feel colder. And I really like that. I like the graphics, and this color palette is back to the blues, you know, like Far Cry 4, and it just feels colder here. And that, plus, you know, the friggin' snow, and the cold bar there that tells us we're cold. And of course, I don't have my document that tells me what I wanted to talk about on hand. I think the next thing on that list was combat, and you've gotten to see some of that combat. One thing I really like is when you throw the spear into an enemy, it hits with it hits with an audible thud, which I would imagine it would do. Plus, it's kind of got that fleshy tear, which, you know, I've got a razor like jagged, yeah, words. And then in addition to all that, we've got the beast combat, which, you know, has several different dynamics. First of all, each beast has its own attack style, and then one thing I like about the feline, like the cats, is they'll sneak with you, like that. See, I'm sneaking and he's kind of hunkered down, still moving a little faster, but I mean, this is just really cool. And then we're gonna send him after that guy. Now let's... Whoa. I would like to capture an animation, a kill animation if I can. I don't think he's gonna do it. Oh yeah, he totally is. See? Ripped his throat out. That was cool. Just like a saber cat would, I think. I've never seen a saber cat, but... Saber-tooth cat, I should say. Saber cat is Skyrim. Anyway, so yeah, it just feels cold with the lighting. The combat's really cool. You have all these different weapons. You can cycle between a couple with a triangle, but it seems to be like, okay, so I'm in the spear, I'm going to switch to my bow. I press triangle, I've got to go back to the spear, because that's the last weapon I used. Now I'm going to go back to the club, back to the spear. The spear is my favorite. Jared likes the bow and the club. I rarely use my club or my bow unless I know that I'm going to take something that's a little too far for my spear. I like this menu a lot. It flows. It's Far Cry. Yeah, and all of these weapons can be upgraded. I have upgraded the crap out of my spear because, like I said, it's my favorite, which is why it looks like this. Here, we'll get some combat. So I'm going to send my beast to go and attack those guys. Killed the poisoner. He took my spear with him, but that's okay. Alright, now let's see if he snacks on this. Sometimes they'll snack on the enemies. Yeah, probably not. Oh, yeah, he totally is. There we go. See, it's not like the greatest animation, but it's a neat little detail. And you can heal your beast just like you heal yourself by eating raw meat. And yeah, the animations are cool when they work. Sometimes they don't work. I've got the search animation turned off right now, and I'm not going to waste time on turning those on. We can ride certain beasts with a perk. You don't get to do this automatically. The beasts you can ride are the bear and the saber cats, and there's two different kinds of saber cat that you can ride, and it's basically the saber cat and then the special rare saber cat. Hold on, I gotta get off so I can show you the beast menu. There we go. So you can ride this guy, and this guy. You do have the cave bear, which, here, hold on, wait, before you see that. Brown bear first. So I'm gonna summon the brown bear. Somebody's fighting over there. I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm doing a review. So yeah, here's the brown bear, about the size that a brown bear would be. And he's a little slower than the saber-tooth. To ride anyway. I haven't really compared their fighting otherwise because I don't use this bear very much because I have this bear. This is the cave bear. So that's how big that bear is. About the size of a bear in real life. A brown bear in real life. Modern times, I should say. And then here comes the cave bear. Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. I got a square animation. Yeah, just pat. So yeah. And I'll show you the perk real quick as soon as I'm done rubbing this guy down. So here's the skills. Now, one thing I do like about this is you have to go and unlock and find these villagers in order to unlock the skills that they have, because these people do a certain thing and they show you and teach you how to do it. And they each have their own missions, and it's kind of cool. So this guy, the crud, what's his name? I don't remember his name because who cares? But he unlocks the fighting skills, which that encompasses riding. So you unlock, the beast rider, and it says right there, saber-tooth tiger, bloodfang saber-tooth, and brown bear. That's all. And then mammoth rider is a separate perk. You have to learn this before you can learn this, which, makes sense. But yeah, so that's combat. There's all these different things you can unlock and do better. I am going to go ahead and take this. What is this? Sprint forever. I don't really care. I'll go ahead and do that so I heal better. So yeah. Well, another thing I wanted to talk about, this is probably the last thing because you've seen, combat. There's some stuff I haven't really captured that I'd like to, but I'll probably get to that in another video. Hold on. But this game is just very creative, but kind of in ways that Far Cry has already innovated. Like, Far Cry is an innovative series, in my opinion. Get that guy. Yeah, not a problem for the cave bear. Far Cry has been innovative in pretty much in its environment and gameplay. There's things that you do in a Far Cry game that you can't do anywhere else. For one, ride a saber-tooth. Another thing that you really can't do is, fly a gyrocopter over an island, throw a Molotov cocktail, and set a bunch of turtles on fire. That's something that you can't do in any other game, just Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 3. Shoot a tiger with a machine gun while you're driving a car and running over a bunch of revolutionary fighters or whatever they are. So yeah, but then I'm touching on already the problems of a Far Cry game. You stop caring because they do it so much, and it's really a Ubisoft problem. Assassin's Creed is no longer touted as like a top franchise, even though it makes a ton of money. Something. It's a dole. I don't care. Pretty much solely because they do it all the time, and they release an Assassin's Creed all the time, and they don't really innovate. The one thing that comes to mind, and I'm probably dead wrong, just look at the, dead white, kind of starting to liven up, but still too cold for really thick vegetation, brown, and then green as it gets warmer. And it's a gradual change, and I love that. It's just the little things that make me really happy. But anyway, the mechanics and how you level up and fight are a little different, but not super different. Really, the only difference that I remember noticing for sure was that stupid grappling hook. I hate grappling hooks. I don't get what the fascination with it is. It's fine in Just Cause, because Just Cause is, balls to the wall action. Assassin's Creed is supposed to be like a deep, historically accurate, story-driven parkour action ninja game. Far Cry is literally just supposed to be, you know, stupid fun. They've never really said that they are about story, but this game really could have used a good story, because I don't even understand what, like, I don't know what the point in playing this game is except to look at this and to fuck around with this guy and to kill stuff. And that's all I wanted out of it. And this is the game that I play the most, to be completely honest. I have come to the point where I've stopped caring about stories, because stories in games are almost always bad. Just, again, this game, for one, is about, I guess, like a racial divide, and one race just eats the race that you're playing as. So the Neanderthal race, the Udam, eats humans. I don't really know why. It might just be that they don't really give a shit. These boars will fuck you up. Just ask King Robert. Anyway, oh, okay. You stole my kill. There. So, yeah, and then the giant shadow of a huge bear. Horrifying, but also really cool. Eaten. Just eaten. See, that looks significantly better than the Sabretooth animation. But, yeah. And I'm literally having enough fun right now where I'm having trouble keeping my thoughts straight. But this game is just... Far Cry in general is just a really good creative experiment of a bunch of French dudes sitting in an office coming up with really cool stuff to do. And that's all I wanted from it. It's pretty, it's fun, the combat's good, soundtrack's cool. They wrote their own language for these prehistoric people. That's kind of cool. Don't really care. It adds a little bit to the immersion, but in a game where you can ride a Sabretooth around, I don't really think immersion was a priority. But the environment is why you play a Far Cry game. The combat is why you play a Far Cry game. The unique, I guess uniqueness, is that the word? Is that the proper word? The unique instances that you find yourself in, the situations that you find yourself in a Far Cry game, are why you play a Far Cry game. And they're why you buy a Far Cry game. And I definitely can recommend this game as you should buy it. There's really not a lot of games that are coming out right now that, you know, are as unique and interesting on a console that are coming out right now. I can't honestly... I don't even really know what games are coming out right now that are, you know, things that people have to have. I think most of us gamers are just kind of waiting until E3 of this year to see what's up with Nintendo and their console. Wolves. What's up with their console, what games they're going to come out with, where that Zelda that we saw a couple of years ago is. And, yeah. It's good. Buy it. Unlock the bear. Progression's cool. Crafting is super rad, because it's not just stuff that you're making. Ooh. I want that. Can I carry more spears? Yeah! Sick! Alright, now I gotta kill those bite fish. Or, you know, if you're gonna stick with what they're called in every other Far Cry game. Dude, I'm just crafting a bunch. Look at this. Why not? I don't even know what that does. Anyway. It's stupid fun. This is Triston from Dysfunctional TNJ, the stupider side of Dysfunctional TNJ. Me and Jared will continue with our Hotline Miami playthrough. I should say his Hotline Miami playthrough, because he's really just there playing. I'm being stupid, making bad jokes. My wife is, you know, Samantha. She's there contributing to the conversation in ways that I couldn't dream of. Wow, bad throw. I think. I hope it was a bad throw. Yeah, it was a bad throw. Anyway. Yep, it's Far Cry, and it's good, and it's pretty. One thing that I didn't capture here, and I'll probably upload another video with more thoughts and more capture of different animations that are cool, is the nighttime cycle is kind of scary, because those guys, yeah, you tell them. Those guys, those wolves will completely mess you up. They won't mess me up because I've got a freaking cave bear. And really the only thing that can kill him is a large group of animals or other cave bears or you know, like the Australopithecus. I've seen this guy kill 2 saber cats before up in the north. He's just really rad, and I am really happy that I was able to tame him without getting killed. It took me 2 tries to tame the saber cat or saber-toothed tiger because I kept letting go of square. It's really easy. This game is really easy to just play because it's easy. You don't have to be a hardcore gamer to enjoy a Far Cry, and you know, this is no exception to that. So it's beautiful. There's really no reason to play it. Or, oh god, there's really no reason not to play it because there's not really a lot out right now. I mean, what, you got Battlefield, Rainbow Six, The Division, who, like, man, that's a separate video. The Division is a completely separate video. But, yeah. Nothing's happening right now in Battlefield. This game is beautiful, and it's fun, and it's what I'm playing right now. So, yeah, there's my thoughts on Far Cry. Sorry that took so long. Trying to think before I go if there's anything else I'd like to cover before I go. I guess that's really kind of it. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Have a good day.